Hello, and welcome back to another Minecraft tutorial. I'm mostly Darklink, and today what I have for you guys is yet another chicken farm. As always, we'll go over how the farm works, what you'll need, and then I'll show you guys how to make it. As a reminder, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe buttons. It helps me grow my channel and allows me to keep making more videos like this for you guys. Really quick, before we get started. Okay. That's out of my system. So, lava chicken or automatic cooked chicken farms. So, if you are not aware, Mojang broke them again. And yes, I do mean again. So, quick rundown if you didn't see my last video. As of 1.21.6, automatic chicken farms broke. And that includes all the farms that were in response to the last patch that broke all the chicken farms, which I want to say was 1.20. It was when they redid the behavior of how mobs interact with lava. That update made it so mobs start swimming in lava and it caused all the drops to get burned up. So a fix was this cauldron filled with lava would sit above the chickens, and then when the chickens grew up, they would just cook at the cauldron. Problem is, something changed with the hitboxes with either chicken or the cauldron, or something changed in 1.21.6, which made it so that if you just have the cauldron up there, the baby chicks will cook, which is not ideal. So we had to get a little creative. So my last farm, what we did is we took two pistons and we have it so that they are slightly off. So we have this piston on one tick, this piston's on two ticks, and when an egg is shot out of our dispenser here, it's going to get detected by this observer looking at the redstone signal that's firing out the egg, and it's going to push the cauldron over and then back, just like that. Now this is fast enough where if an egg happens to accidentally hit a baby chick, the baby chick should not get cooked by the lava. It should just get pushed around by the cauldron there. Now the way that it is set up, we got an adult that happened to grow. So the next time an egg fires off, you'll see. But the adults will cook. And we actually got a couple here. Now, these chickens in this corner that you're seeing here are actually part of our chicken holder. So traditionally, this would be on top of our dispenser. But one of the flaws with my old one, this one here, is as you can see, we got a chicken standing on the dispenser. There's some drops there. So there's a little bit of loss. It does still work. It works quite well. We actually have some eggs because of that adult up there. But again, we got loss. Well, that adult just cooked. And you can see that baby got hit by the egg, but it didn't get cooked. See, it's getting hit, but it's not getting cooked. We had to move where the chickens were stored to the side. That way we could cover the top of the dispenser and stop having babies or even adults get up here and stop having our drops collect up there. Now, since we moved this to the side, I did figure out a slightly more compact way to make this dispenser clock here. So that way it's taking up just a little bit less space. So instead of a 3x3, we got a 2x3. And then, yeah, otherwise, it's pretty much exactly the same. We just shifted things over and redid the redstone a little bit in order to accommodate for that shift over. And just that little change has made this a lot more efficient than it was before. So let's go ahead and get into how to make this. All right, quick note before we get into the materials, because I've been asked by a few of you. As you can see, there is carpet on top of the hoppers. For those of you wondering the reason, so the carpet here prevents the chickens from falling into the hoppers, because if you weren't aware, hoppers have a slight little indent or hole in the center that entities can actually get stuck in. And if we don't have the carpet here, occasionally, once in a great while, especially if we have 3 long like this, too many chickens can get stuck in one hopper and it'll cause them to cram in. So having the carpet like this prevents them from getting stuck, lets them move more freely, and makes it way less likely that they'll accidentally cram and die. And another note, if you really wanted to, you could extend this out a lot further. this is just plenty. Okay, so to the materials. So in order to build this farm, you're going to need 2 chests, 4 hoppers, 28 building blocks, 3 pieces of glass. Now the one behind us, I used a lot of glass instead of regular building blocks. So if you want, you can use a bunch of glass, make it see-through like the one behind us, or you can make it pretty much pure building blocks. You will need at least 2 transparent blocks no matter what, because these are going over our chest. So if we want to be able to open our chest, we need transparent blocks. I have an additional 3rd piece of glass here, so that way we can look in and make sure our farm's working correctly. You'll also need a dispenser, comparator, 3 repeaters, 10 pieces of redstone dust, target block, an observer, 2 pistons, cauldron, bucket of lava, 3 pieces of carpet, 1 trapdoor, and 1 slab. Alright, so to get started, we're going to go ahead, put down our 2 chests, and then we're going to put a hopper going into one of them like so. Then we need to go ahead and get our slab, and we're going to put it right on top of our hopper. That. Now we're going to skip a space, and we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you should have a 2 by 3 like that. And then on the one that is behind the hoppers, we're going to put a comparator, and then a repeater on the default 1 tick, and then redstone dust all the way around like so. Now we can shift click into the back of the comparator, put our dispenser here, so that way it is facing into our slab. And then we're going to take our target block, and then you can either shift click into the redstone dust or shift click onto the side of the dispenser and put our target block down like so. All right, next out the side here, I'm going to go 1, 2, 3. And then I didn't grab my carpet, and then we're going to go 1, 2, 3. So now all of our hoppers should be used. All of our carpet, slab, comparator, target block, dispenser. We should have something that looks like this. Now next, go ahead and put a piece of glass here. Now in the farm behind us, I had a piece of glass here, which I just realized you don't actually need. So you only need 2 pieces of glass, not 3. Go ahead, put a piece of glass there, and then there. And then we're going to come over to the side of our slab. We're going to put a solid block and then a solid block. And then on top of our dispenser, we're going to put another solid block. And then we're going to look over here, solid block, and just keep placing more solid blocks all the way around. So you should now have our carpet surrounded by solid blocks, except for this spot here, which if you want, you can go ahead and put in your first piston like so. And next we're going to just finish off our little chicken area here. So put 2 solid blocks on the side in the center like that, and then temporary block, solid block, and then you can put in your trapdoor now, then shift click into the trapdoor like so. Now I do this so that way I have easy access to be able to put in more chickens, breed them, do whatever I need to do. If you got this whole thing filled in with all the chickens you're ever going to want to put in, you don't want access to it, you can just cover this up and you don't need the trapdoor or these 2 blocks here. Again, I like to have access just in case something goes wrong or I need to do something else with it. All right, next, if you're in survival, go ahead, jump on top of your target block, and then looking straight down into this piece of redstone dust. If you're shifting, you can shift and then jump and place an observer, and you'll wind up on top like this. The back of it should be the little red dot. Face should be looking down into our redstone like so. And then we could put a solid block on top of our observer, and then solid block onto the side, solid block onto the side. And then we're going to put our piston like so. Now we're going to have our cauldron right there, and we're going to go ahead and put our lava in. So we just have a couple more blocks left to put in. So go ahead and off this block on top of our observer, I'm going to put 2 more blocks. So we're covering our cauldron. Then we're going to put a block right on our cauldron like so, another block on this piston, and then we can go ahead, put redstone dust, put our repeater on 1 tick, and then we're just going to snake our redstone dust like so on the glass, repeater on 2 ticks, and then another piece of redstone. And then lastly, we're going to go ahead and seal everything up. Right, so now we should be good to put our chickens in. You want to go ahead and just double check that everything's working. I'm going to grab a stack of eggs here, and I'm just going to throw it into our dispenser. We got our cauldron going back and forth. Dispenser is shooting out, so it's perfect. So we can just go ahead now and get our chickens in. Now, normally I would just have a little like chicken pit or something where I jump in, collect eggs, and then I come up here and just start throwing the eggs in. If you want to try to lure the chickens up here, you could go ahead and do that. If you want to get a couple of chickens in here and breed them up while they're in here, that is also perfectly acceptable. However you want to get them in. But once you get them in, go ahead and close the trap door. And now we're done. Simple and easy. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. If you want to see more videos like this in the future, or if you have anything you want to see me build, let me know in the comments down below. Until next time, see ya.